Ben Rodriguez had hauled trash in this neighborhood for over a decade, weathering entitled homeowners, nosy watchers, and those who ignored him entirely. Odd encounters were routine, but this morning felt wrong from the start. The sun barely peeked over the horizon, casting gold across manicured lawns and luxury cars, a ritzy enclave where petty gripes ruled. He'd tuned out their complaints years ago, here to work, not chat. His truck rumbled down familiar streets. He knew the overflowing bins, the neat bags, the lazy ones who didn't bother rolling cans out, expecting him to fetch them. At the White Mansion, a gaudy Greek knockoff with columns, he stepped out, gloved up, and grabbed a bin, heavier than usual, not rare. Folks tossed golf clubs, new clothes, gadgets, stuff he'd never afford, discarded like junk. Lifting it, something shifted, solid, heavy. He glimpsed a cardboard box, flaps ajar, metal or glass glinting inside when a voice sliced through. "Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?" Karen Fielding stood on the steps, arms crossed, nails digging into her sweater, her scowl permanent. The neighborhood's self-anointed enforcer, she oozed privilege and disdain. Ben knew her, everyone did, her tantrums legendary, but he stayed cool, years teaching him silence beat sparring with her type. He gave a neutral glance and hooked the bin to the truck. "I said stop," she snapped, heels clicking as she advanced. "I saw you rummaging through my trash." He exhaled, suppressing an eye roll, same old scavenger accusation. "I wasn't rummaging, just doing my job, ma'am," voice flat, knowing she craved a fight he wouldn't give. Her eyes narrowed. "Don't lie, I saw you looking in that bin." No point arguing. She didn't want truth, just victory. He hit the compactor, the word drowning her as trash vanished. She whipped out her phone. "Oh, you think you're walking away? I'm calling the police. You're stealing from my trash. That's illegal." Ben tensed. Here we go, turning, irritation slipping through. "Ma'am, with all due respect, I don't have time for this. I've got a route to finish." She scoffed. "Oh, I'm sure you do. Bet you sell what you take, a little side hustle, huh?" That stung, arrogance igniting a spark. "You have no idea what you're talking about," he said, edge creeping in. She smirked. "We'll see when the police get here," dialing with glee, packing her pristine driveway like a stage. "Yes, I need officers now," she cooed to dispatch, voice quivering for effect. "A suspicious man, going through my trash. He's aggressive. I feel unsafe." Ben closed his eyes, breathing slow, aggressive, unsafe, a calculated twist to paint him as trouble. She wanted cops primed to see a threat, not a worker. He could have left, no obligation to stay, but knew her game. Fleeing looked guilty, letting her spin him as the villain. So he stood, arms crossed, jaw tight as she performed, glancing at his uniform like it damned him. Red and blue lights flickered soon after. Two officers stepped from a patrol car, Reynolds adjusting his belt, Morris scribbling notes. Karen rushed them, hand on chest. "Thank God you're here. I don't know what he's capable of. He's been intimidating me since I caught him stealing." Ben nearly laughed at the absurdity, but held still. Reynolds eyed him. "Sir, what's going on?" Voice steady. "I was emptying the trash like every week, didn't take anything. She started yelling before I finished." Morris jotted, Karen huffed. "I know what I saw. I put something valuable in there. Now it's gone." Ben's gut tightened. New lie, she was framing him now. Reynolds pressed. "What's missing?" She faltered, a split-second hitch. A gold bracelet with diamonds in a jewelry box. It was there earlier, now it's not, and he was the only one near it. Morris blinked. "You threw a gold bracelet in the trash?" She stiffened. "A mistake, I was cleaning, knocked it in, but it's gone." Ben exhaled sharp. She was good, crazy good, and he had to play this smart. Karen jabbed a finger at Ben. "He took it. I know he did." Her voice a mix of certainty and venom, eyes locked on the officers like they'd cuff him on her word alone. Reynolds turned. "Mind if we check your truck?" Ben unclenched his fists, stepping aside. "Go ahead, I didn't take anything," knowing they'd find squat. Morris poked into the compactor, flashlight slicing through crushed bags, food scraps, wrappers, nothing gleaming. He straightened. "Nothing matches that description," and Karen's face twisted. "You didn't look hard enough, maybe he hid it." Reynolds sighed, patience thinning. "Ma'am, there's no bracelet. Did you misplace it?" Her lips thinned, gears spinning. "He took it. I know he did. You need to check him." Ben's pulse hammered. She wasn't stopping. This was personal now. "Without evidence?" Reynolds started, but she cut in. "He could have it in his pockets, his truck, somewhere. He's lying, stealing from me, and you're letting him walk." Ben's jaw ached from clenching. This wasn't about a bracelet, never was. She wanted him shamed, pinned as a thief beneath her. He met Reynolds' gaze. "I didn't take anything. If she can't prove it, we're done." Reynolds paused, then nodded. "You're free to go," and Karen's strangled yelp followed as they turned away. Ben climbed into his truck, pulling off, knuckles white on the wheel. He'd won, but her smug certainty lingered, a warning this wasn't over. She'd twist it, escalate, because losing wasn't her style. Driving, frustration burned. He'd dealt with entitled jerks, but framing him. That was new, calculated, her act so polished he'd briefly feared the cops might buy it. The further he got, the more unease gnawed. She doubled down, he knew her type, relentless when defied. At his lunch spot, an alley behind a gas station, he parked, needing air, but his phone showed missed calls from his boss, trouble. He dialed, "Rodriguez, what's going on?" His boss snapped, "Got a complaint. She says you stole from her trash, caught on camera once you fired." Ben's stomach dropped. "It's a lie, cops checked, found nothing, let me go, she's making it up." "Yeah, well, she sent a video, claims it's proof," his boss said, and Ben froze. "What?" "She says she's got more if we don't act," his boss added. "I need to see it." A buzz later, the clip hit, 5 grainy seconds from her driveway cam. Ben lifting the bin lid, pausing, peering in, then cut out of context. It looked bad, like he was scavenging, not working. He called back, "She cut it, stops before I dump the bin, it's staged." His boss sighed, "Figured, but she's pushing hard, threatening social media, the news, our reputation if we don't fire you." Ben gritted his teeth. She was fast, ruthless. "What now?" "Nothing yet, I'm backing you, but be careful, she won't stop." The day soured, neighbors whispered, watched him warily. An older woman hesitated with her trash, eyes darting. Then, at another mansion, Karen stood, smirking, chatting up a homeowner, poisoning them against him. By shift's end, he felt choked, innocent, yet branded a thief, her lies spreading like rot. Driving home, hands aching on the wheel, he knew he had to fight back. He dialed Carlos, his tech-savvy friend. "I need a favor, someone's setting me up." A pause, then, "Well, shit, tell me everything," and Ben unloaded. Karen's accusation, the cops, the video, her neighborhood smear. "Send me the clip," Carlos said. "If it's edited, I'll prove it." Ben forwarded it, waiting as Carlos dissected it, muttering, "Yeah, she cut it right before you dump, deliberate." Ben's anger sharpened. "Can you prove it?" "Hell yeah, timestamps, frame breaks, I'll send you the proof," Carlos said, and Ben exhaled. He had a weapon now, but Karen's next move loomed, and he'd be ready. Carlos's proof landed. An hour later, a file breaking down Karen's video, timestamps glaring where she'd sliced it to frame Ben. He clutched it, a lifeline against her lies, but knew she'd strike harder now. Morning brought his boss waiting in the lot, arms crossed. "Karen filed with the city, privacy violations, suspicious activity for weeks. 3 homeowners don't want you near their trash." Ben's fists balled. She wasn't just after his job, she was torching his name. "She's lying," he said. "I've got proof she doctored that footage." His boss rubbed his face. "I believe you, but she's got influence. If this spreads, I can't stop them pulling you off the route. Shut it down fast." Ben nodded. He had a plan. He hit the precinct, bypassing defamation for a sharper edge. Fraud. At the desk. "I need the fraud division, tampered footage falsely accusing me," and soon sat with Detective Harper, tired-eyed, coffee burnt. Ben slid the USB. "She edited this to make me look like a thief, spreading it to get me fired. My friend found the cuts." Harper rolled the drive in his fingers, altering footage to incriminate. A crime, felony if it sticks. An hour later, after Carlos's breakdown, Harper's skepticism faded. "This is solid. If true, she's tampering evidence. Official statement, then we check her history." Ben gave it, relief flickering. She'd underestimated him, and it had cost her. She started it that morning, yelling he'd stolen from her trash, calling cops with a fake bracelet tail. They'd found nothing, but her smug clip twisted his glance into theft, her lies poisoning neighbors. Now with proof, he'd flipped her game, her act, her calls, her smirks crumbling under scrutiny. He'd stayed calm, let her dig, and struck back with truth. That night, Carlos called. "She's spinning it online, neighborhood watch post, says you're intimidating her, the victim, after getting caught." Ben's fury flared. He opened it. Karen's sob story, "Caught him stealing, now he's harassing me," comments piling on, "always had a bad feeling about him." She threatened full footage. A bluff, Carlos laughed. "She's got nothing." "She's burying me first," Ben said. "I've got proof, how do I use it?" Carlos urged. "Post it, get ahead, show the real clip." Ben hesitated. Public fights weren't him, but she'd forced his hand. He posted the unedited footage, timestamps intact. "Here. What happened, decide for yourselves. Short, no venom." Comments exploded. Disbelief, anger, some backtracking, others demanding Karen's full video. Her frantic reply accused him of hacking, doubling down, but cracks showed. Fewer bought it, her post deleted as the tide turned. A private message pinged. "She's not done, watch your back," chilling him. She'd done this before, ruined others, and now, scared, she'd go harder. Next morning, his boss called. "She hit corporate harassment, stalking since the cops cleared you, meeting tomorrow, they're spooked." Ben barely slept, mind racing. She was relentless, truth be damned. At the office, corporate reps loomed on-screen, her complaint wild. He'd driven by, watched her, sent threats online, pure fiction. "These are serious," a rep said. "Company reputation's at risk." Ben stayed calm. "She's lying, doctored footage, here's proof," sliding Carlos's analysis. Silence as they flipped pages, his boss adding, "She deleted her post when called out, where's her evidence?" A rep hedged, even exaggerated its PR trouble, but Ben pushed, sliding the mystery message, "I'm not her first, check her history." The room froze, his boss broke it. "We should," and the rep nodded, "complaint on hold, more info needed." Not a win, but a lifeline. Karen's move was next, and he'd be ready. Ben left the meeting, tension coiled tight. Corporate hadn't fired him, but Karen's claws were deep. Her lies a PR shadow they couldn't ignore. The anonymous tip, "She's done this before," bought him time, not triumph. That night his doorbell jolted him. Through the peephole, Karen, frantic, not smug, he cracked the door, glaring. "What the hell do you want?" Her voice shook. "You have to stop. I know you went to the cops, what you're trying to do." He stared, incredulous. "Are you serious? You started this." She clenched her fists. "I can fix this, but back off." A sharp laugh escaped. "Fix it. You've tried to ruin me, now it's backfiring, and you want a deal?" Her eyes darted. "You don't understand what's at stake," a flicker of fear breaking through. "Explain it," he pressed, but she glanced over her shoulder, whispering, "Just drop it, walk away, it's not worth it," then stepped back. "You're making a mistake," vanishing into the dark. Ben locked up, unease spiking. She wasn't begging, she was warning, scared of something bigger. His phone buzzed, the mystery sender. "Go to the police now, they have something." Keys in hand, he sped to the precinct, pulse racing, the quiet station heavy as he approached. "Detective Harper wants you," the desk officer said, leading him to a dim office. Harper slid a folder over. "We looked into Karen Fielding, you weren't the first." Ben's hands shook opening it. Reports, statements, a years-long trail of her targets, wrecked lives, jobs lost, all from her false accusations. "Why didn't anyone stop her?" Ben asked, voice tight. Harper exhaled. "She'd pushed just far enough, complaints filed, then dropped, damage done, cases faded. She knew the line until you." Ben flipped pages, some fought, most broke. "Her complaints dismissed," Harper said. "We're opening a case against her, statements from you, your boss, others hit by this. It's bigger now." Relief hit, but questions churned. She'd started with a bin, a fake bracelet, escalated to footage, smears, corporate. He'd countered with Carlos's proof, flipped her narrative online, and now her past was her noose. "What's next?" "We build it, won't take much for charges," Harper said. "She'll realize how bad this is soon." Ben exhaled. She'd underestimated him, and it was ending. Next day, news ripped through. Karen's facade cracked, neighbors pulling back as her history leaked. Some clung to her, but most saw the liar now. By week's end, her house emptied. She'd bolted overnight, car stuffed, reputation ash. The investigation rolled on, witnesses stacking against her. She couldn't outrun it. Ben worked his route, streets quiet, no glares, no whispers, just normalcy. Carlos called, "You got her. Took long enough." And Ben nodded, "Yeah, I'm okay now," breathing free at last. She ambushed him, accusing theft, spinning lies, poisoning trust. But he'd held firm, turned her video against her, exposed her pattern. She'd fled, justice closing in, her fight lost to a garbageman who wouldn't bend. It began with her yell, cops finding nothing, her clip a twisted seed sprouting ruin. He'd parried with proof, weathered her smears, and struck with her past. Her doorstep plea was her last gasp, fear not remorse, but he'd stood tall. She ruled this place, terrorizing with privilege, others crumbled, he didn't. Her fix-it was desperation, her exit defeat. The folder's weight lingered, lives she'd shattered, but he'd stopped her, not just for him, for them all. His truck rumbled on, the white mansion dark, and he grinned. Karen was gone, his route his again, her shadow erased by truth and time. Ben's route felt lighter without Karen's glare, the white mansion now a hollow shell. Her escape hadn't erased the years he'd hauled trash under her watch, but it buried her reign. Neighbors nodded again, some even thanked him, the air cleaner without her poison. He stopped her fake bracelet lie, her doctored video, her corporate threats. All undone by Carlos's proof and Harper's folder, her past a noose she couldn't slip. She'd fled, car packed, justice trailing, and he'd won, not just for himself, but for every name in those files. Still her doorstep plea. "You don't understand what's at stake," itched at him, a loose thread in his victory. He shook it off, chalking it to her desperation, until a week later when the quiet broke. A beat-up sedan rolled up during his shift, a wiry man stepping out, mid-40s, scruffy, eyes darting. Ben paused, bin in hand, as the guy approached. "You Rodriguez?" Voice low. "Yeah, who are you?" The man glanced around. "Name's Tim, knew Karen, saw what you did." Ben tensed another of her pawns. "She's gone if you're here to—" "No," Tim cut in, "I'm not with her. Oh, you actually, she ran me out years back, same game, fake theft, lost my shop." Ben's grip loosened. "You're in Harper's files." Tim nodded. "One of em. She's why I'm here. She didn't just leave. She's circling back." Ben's gut twisted. "What?" "She called me last night," Tim said, drunk, ranting, "says she's got something big, won't let you win, mentioned a partner who'd finish it." Ben's mind flashed to her fear that night, someone watching. "She's bluffing," he said, but doubt crept in. Tim shook his head. "She's unhinged, scared, yeah, but spite's her fuel. Watch yourself." He handed Ben a crumpled note, Karen's scrawl, "They'll pay too," then left, sedan peeling off. Ben stared, unease blooming. She'd lost everything, but this felt real, a last strike brewing. He dialed Harper. "Got a tip. She's not done, might have help." Harper grunted. "Her type don't quit, we'll dig, stay sharp." Days stretched tense. Ben worked, eyes on mirrors, half expecting her SUV. Neighbors settled, but Tim's words gnawed, her partner a ghost he couldn't pin. Then late one night his phone buzzed, unknown number, a photo. His truck parked, time-stamped hours ago, no message. He checked his cams, nothing, but the chill deepened. He called Carlos. "She's back, or someone is, sent me this." Carlos cursed. "Stalker shit, send it, I'll trace it." Hours later, burner phone, no lock, but it pinged near her old place. Someone's close. Ben's jaw tightened. She'd fled, but not far, her fear now his warning. He'd beaten her once, he'd do it again. She started with a bin, escalated to ruin, cops, footage, smears. He'd flipped it, exposed her, watched her run. Her plea was a crack, this a roar. She wasn't alone, and he wasn't safe yet. Harper ramped the case, Carlos tracked, and Ben rigged his truck. Cameras, alarms, ready. Her reign was ash, but her spite lingered, a final fight he'd end. Morning came, his route steady, the note in his pocket. He'd won before with truth, now with steel, waiting for her shadow to strike, knowing this time he'd bury it for good. Ben's days sharpened into vigilance. His truck, now a fortress of cameras and alarms, rumbled through the neighborhood, every shadow a potential threat since Tim's warning and that burner phone photo. Karen's partner loomed, unseen but close, her scrawl. "They'll pay too," a promise he couldn't ignore. Harper's team dug deeper, Carlos traced dead-end pings, and Ben worked, eyes flicking to mirrors, waiting for her spite to break cover. She'd lost her house, her grip, her game, framed him with a bracelet, doctored clips, smeared him to corporate. But he'd turned it, her past her downfall, her flight not an end but a pause. That plea, "You don't understand," wasn't fear alone. It was a tether to something bigger, and he'd cut it or die trying. A week later it hit. His truck's alarm shrieked at 3 a.m., cams catching a figure in a hoodie, slashing tires, spray paint glinting. "Thief!" Ben bolted out too late. They'd vanished, but the tracker he'd rigged pinged a mile off near her old haunt. He called Harper. "Got footage, someone hit my truck, she's behind it." Harper arrived at dawn, grim, matches her pattern, escalation. "We're close on her, this'll help." Carlos cleaned the video, grainy, but a tattoo peeked from the sleeve, a lead. "Not her," Carlos said, "but hired burners active again, same area." Ben's fists clenched. She'd outsourced her venom, her partner real, and he was bait now. Harper's crew traced the tattoo, ex-con local tied to odd jobs. They nabbed him midday, paint still on his hands, spilling fast. "Some lady paid me, blonde, pissed, said you stole from her, wanted you scared." Karen's name dropped, her hideout a cheap motel 10 miles out. Cops raided it by night. Suitcases, burner phones, a laptop with half-typed rants about Ben, ruining her life. She wasn't there, slipped out, but evidence piled. Messages to her partner, plans to frame him again, torch his truck if need be. Harper called. "She's cornered, felony charges stacking, tampering, conspiracy. She's running out of moves." Ben's relief was thin. Her absence didn't mean surrender. She'd started with a bin, spun lies, lost it all to his proof, fled, then circled back with this thug, her spite a wildfire. Next night his phone buzzed, unknown, a voice, hers ragged. "You think you've won? He's just the start. I'll burn you down myself." Click, he recorded it, sent it to Harper. She's cracking, Harper said. Voice match seals it, we'll find her. Dawn broke, a tip came. Her SUV spotted, gas station, 30 miles off. Cops closed in, caught her pumping gas, wild-eyed, screaming as cuffs snapped on. He's the criminal, not me. Evidence buried her, phone, laptop, her own words. And this time, no escape. She'd ruled with privilege, fines, threats, ruined lives, until Ben's stand. The lift of a bin sparked it. Her lies fell to his footage, her past to Harper's files, her thug to his trap. She begged him to stop, fear hinting at this partner. But spite drove her. Hired muscle, slashed tires, a last gasp to break him. He'd outlasted it, steel and truth his shield. Charges hit: tampering, conspiracy, assault. Her empire ash, her flight futile. Ben worked his route, truck scarred but rolling, neighbors waving, her ghost gone. Carlos grinned over beers. You're a legend, Karen proofed the whole damn town. And Ben laughed, free at last, her war lost to a garbageman's grit. Karen's arrest rippled through the neighborhood like a shockwave. Cuffed at a gas station, ranting as cops hauled her off, her SUV impounded, her schemes laid bare. Ben's truck, scarred but defiant, rolled his route the next day, neighbors gawking, some clapping, her downfall a local legend. Harper's call confirmed it. She's done, evidence is airtight, tampering, conspiracy, assault, plus her history. She's looking at years. The laptop burner phones, her own voice. I'll burn you down. Nailed her partner, a hired thug spilling more. She'd lost her mansion, her clout, her freedom, all to a garbageman who wouldn't break. Ben exhaled, the weight lifting, but her wild eyes lingered. He'd won, yet her spite's echo haunted him. She ignited it with a bin, a fake bracelet sparking her lies. Cops found nothing, but her video twisted his work into theft. He'd countered with Carlos's proof, flipped her online smear, exposed her past in Harper's files. Her corporate push failed, her doorstep plea. You don't understand, a crack he'd ignored until Tim's warning and that photo proved her reach. Slashed tires, paint, a thug's tattoo led to her motel, her plans to torch him crumbling under his traps. She'd ruled with venom. Others fell, he stood, her partner a desperate grab, now her noose. The station takedown was justice, her scream a dying note. Days later, calm settled. His route hummed, no glares, just nods. The white mansion loomed empty, a new family eyeing it, Karen's shadow fatting. Carlos dug into the thug's phone, texts from her. Make him pay, tied to a bank transfer, her last cash. She's broke, Carlos said, spent it all on spite. Ben grinned, fitting, her empire bankrupted by hate. But a package arrived, no sender, a scratched CD inside. He played it, her voice crackling. You think it's over. I've got eyes everywhere, recorded pre-arrest, a final jab. He handed it to Harper. She's locked up, bluff or old news? Harper shrugged. We'll sweep her contacts, could be nothing, could be a ghost. The neighborhood buzzed. Karen Tailies swapped over fences, his truck dubbed Thief Bane. Kids mimicking the lift story. He'd beaten her at every turn, been to cuffs, her privilege no match for his grit. She'd targeted him, a worker she deemed beneath her, but he'd flipped her game, her past a weapon, her thug a pawn undone by his cams. That CD nagged, though, eyes everywhere, a taunt or a thread. Harper's sweep found no active allies, her network shattered, but Ben upgraded his setup. More lenses, a louder alarm. She'd lost, yet her venom's echo kept him sharp. Night fell, his porch quiet, beer in hand, he replayed her end. Cops closing in, her snarl fatting, her war lost to his steel. She'd ruled with terror, crumbled under truth, her partner a bust, her flight a flop. The CD was her last gasp, spite from a cell, no teeth left. Carlos toasted. You're untouchable now, Karen-proofed legend, and Ben nodded, peace settling deep. His route stretched ahead, bins to haul, no tyrants lurking, the white mansion dark, her reign ash, his victory carved in tire marks and time. She'd underestimated him, a garbageman with a plan, and paid. He'd rest easy, but eyes open, ready for any ghost she'd left behind. Ben's victory settled into routine, his truck. A patched-up warrior rolled through the neighborhood, the white mansion's new owners painting over Karen's ghost. Her arrest stuck, charges piling high, tampering, conspiracy, assault. Her cell a cage for years, Harper's sweep finding no eyes everywhere, just a broken woman's bluff. The CD was her last snarl, a relic of spite, and he'd filed it with the rest. Her war lost, his peace won, the streets chatter now praise, not whispers. She started with a bin, a lie spiraling to ruin, fake theft, doctored clips, hired muscle. But he'd outplayed her, Carlos's tech, Harper's files, his own steel turning her venom to dust. Her reign was over, his route reclaimed. A month on normalcy reigned, bins clattered, neighbors waved, kids asked about Thief Bane. The thug's plea deal named her alone, her cash drained on that final flop, no partner left to haunt. But one morning, a beat-up pickup idled near his stop. Tim, wiry and twitchy, back again. Ben paused. Thought you moved on. Tim smirked. Had to see it through. She's buried, thanks to you. Heard she's screaming in lockup. Blames you for everything. Ben shrugged. Her mess, not mine. Tim nodded. True, but she had a list. People she'd hit if you fell. You stopped it. Saved more than you know. Tim tossed him a faded fold. Karen, younger, smirking beside a man, both holding clipboards. Her old game, Tim said, partner from way back, dead now, but she kept his playbook. You were the last stand. Ben studied it, her empire's root, a duo of petty tyrants, now ash. Why tell me? Closure, Tim said. You ended a cycle, thought you'd want the win whole. He drove off, leaving Ben with the image, a piece of her he'd never chased, proof his fight echoed beyond her cell. She'd ruled with fear, Ben's her battlefield, lies her sword, until he'd flipped it, her past, her trap, her thug, her fall. This was the why behind her, what's at stake. The neighborhood thrived. HOA rules eased, no more clipboard queens. Ben's truck, dents and all, became a quiet hero. His name cleared, his grit a tale. That photo joined the CD, her legacy, not his burden, Harper called. She's appealing, but it's noise, evidence is iron, she's done. Ben grinned. She'd lost her throne, her cash, her freedom, her eyes, a myth, her list dead with her partner. She ambushed him. A garbageman beneath her, escalated to ruin, but he'd stood, turned her game, watched her flee, then fall. Her plea, her threats, her hired hand, all dust to his truth. Night capped it, Carlo's over, beers clinking. You're a damn myth, Karen Slayer, patent that truck, and Ben laughed. Maybe I will. The white mansion glowed, new life inside, her shadow gone. She'd ruled, wrecked, run, been to cuffs, her spite no match for his steel. That list Tim named, others she'd have crushed, died with her fight, his win wider than he'd guessed. Her eyes were hers alone, her war a solo grave. He leaned back, root ahead, peace hard-earned. No ghosts, just quiet, a garbageman's triumph etched in trash and time, Karen proofed forever.